y'all, this is True Southern Accent, and we are headed to the Grand Canyon on the charter bus, and we're going to the Sky Bridge. So wait till y'all see this video.
I believe that there's at least one Italian running around threatening people. But I'm not saying he's part of the mob. The mob is now billionaires. It's going to get to Dolan Springs. You're going to see cows all over the place. They have like running that town. We will drive through Dolan Springs, and I will not wait, like more or less, but on a family from New Zealand. Cannibalistic, what do you call those?
Solar panels
cave
in the
clan.
desert.
Taking pictures of solar panels. You don't have those in Alabama?
No.
It's like solar. I didn't know what you were talking about with electricity.
We get rain. We get rain in Alabama.
You get rain? Yeah, we don't get rain. That's for sure.
Lake Mead.
Either that's like Lake Mead is dangerous. Lake Mead is the Colorado River. You guys get that? Snow flows from the mountains of Colorado, goes into the Colorado River. Colorado River runs all the way down to the Gulf of California, stopping at a whole bunch of places where people just stop it and steal the water. So let's go there, and then there's a ladder that goes up to some natural hot springs that sit up in the rocks out there. Gorgeous. Throughout the pandemic, stop, whatever. A quarantine from it. You want Mel to get closer?
No, it's okay.
They said that's close enough, Mel.
We're right on the edge.
There's some kayaks down there.
Oh yeah, kayak down that if you can. You got to book that stuff out a little, I do believe.
Hey, you think you can
Colorado River. We're gonna be on it all day long.
Down
That when we come back around and hit the dam on the way back. That's why I don't want to eat up too much right here.
4,000 feet above the Colorado River, the Grand Canyon Skywalk appears to float on air. But don't be fooled. It weighs in at nearly 1 million pounds of steel and 64,000 pounds of glass. Building Skywalk is an important step to the future. But it's equally important that future visitors respect their past, their customs, and the land they call home. If the fracture opens too much, the entire project is in jeopardy. The builders might have to start over at a new location. Their land is occupied by white settlers, forcing the Wallapai to live on a reservation. Established in 1883, it covers 1,500 square miles and reaches the edge of the South Rim.
But it is called the Joshua Tree because I keep telling you how influential the Mormons are. So this was the Yucca Bayou area, and then the Mormons came out and said, that thing reminds us of Joshua pointing to the Promised Land. And then all of a sudden, these all became Joshua trees. Is what happened there. And now, it's, you know, some of you guys are excited to come to the Joshua Tree Forest, right, on this trip. I would have to assume some of you knew.
Here is the perspective of what the Skywalk, how high it is. So we are here at Grand Canyons. We did the Skywalk over the Grand Canyons, and we're not allowed to take our phones, no pictures or anything. They do them professionally because that's how they make their money here at Skywalk. So here is the Skywalk that we walked on over the Grand Canyons. So it's something neat to do. Coming here, we were on charter buses and we're having the battle of the buses. We had to see what charter bus could get here the fastest. So we had to go through this gift shop and get scanned. And he said, get scanned, and get back to the bus. Well, we followed, me and this other lady, and we was running so far to get back to the bus. We followed another bus load out. So we almost got on another bus, and then we figured out, well, wait, didn't he say go out the door we come in? So everybody had to think and remember what he said and turn around. So there was 6 people that almost got on another bus. Well, we got on the right bus and we got here first. If you don't get here first, then there's like hours and hours of waiting before you go on the Skywalk. So you want a competitive bus load that gets here first. Okay, so y'all remember me saying that the battle of the buses for the charter buses to get here first. So when we got here, there was no buses and we went straight to the Skywalk. Now look at the line. So they picked us up at one location, and you pick your breakfast out on your way. You mark this card, you have breakfast you have a sit-down restaurant, and they give you so many minutes to eat, go to the bathroom, get on the bus, because we're in a mad race to get here first. So think about that when you're taking a tour to the Skywalk. You want a bus that gets here first. So now we got the rest of the day while they stayed in line. And we got 6 more stops to go to before we get back at 5. This is Mound. He's the one that got us the battle of the buses, and we won, and we got there first to the Skywalk. Wow, it's pretty. So they provide lunch on the tour, and this is where you eat. I just thought this is beautiful. So my son Houston is going to climb all the way up there, but look at the view he has. So it's neat that you can go out there and climb up on it.
So where you see that's the Colorado River, but where you're seeing the river right there, that's several miles from us. It really get a good perspective of of the distance, because of, I don't know, it's just so big and grand.
We're on the West Rim, and if you ever seen the West Rim, you want to go to a national park of Grand Canyon, because it has different colors.
It's a lot bigger.
And a lot bigger, and it's like a city with a hotel, restaurants, and things that this side don't have. But this is where you go on the Skywalk at. So you do want to come here too. So if you ever came here, you just want to go to the other one too. We're in the middle of a desert, and we're all sitting around in the middle of nowhere, and an ambulance shows up. And everybody starts looking around like, who fell off the edge? There is no guardrails, nothing where you cannot fall off these. It's very easy to fall off this side of the mountain. I'm going to show you. If you have a 1 or 2 year old or kids that do not mind, very dangerous to bring them here. So right there is the edge, and you can just fall off all the way around. So just something to keep in mind if you're going to bring toddlers here.
The sea retreated, and the surface of the tundra was exposed to erosion as streams and rivers meandered by the invasion of yet another warm, shallow sea, where more marine limestone was deposited. Within this limestone,
I said I'm always looking for mountains and hot springs out in the Mojave, and there's a lot of this out there. Mel's slowing down for you guys here. So we want to get closer? Oh, we over on the side.
No,
right?
you're
We're good there, Mel. That one's for real, right? And then another one as we turn this bend here, and we'll float on down to the security. Pretty cool looking thing, in my opinion. I was training a guy I knew on the big bus. The big bus kept asking me to write down everything I said on the bus. I assume eventually they just had somebody come and record me because I wouldn't write it down. But I was training a guy named Chris, and he was like, we're leaving the Tropicana, and he said, hey, can I do that stuff on Kirk as we pull out and talk about MGM? I said, sure. I said, you got enough information if you can spit it out? And he's like, yeah. We left the Tropicana, and he points to the MGM, and he's like, I don't know if you guys know this, but Kurt Kevorkian was the founder of the MGM. I said, that's Dr. Death, dude. I was like, no, that's not the same guy. But that's when it hit me. I was like, is it because his name's so hard to pronounce? Like, why didn't they just call him Captain Kirk? Waterline, see what I'm talking about? It's drastic. It is literally drastic. Those 2 intake towers on the right, they grab the water for Arizona. The 2 intake towers on the left grab it for Nevada, and then they just take it, and then the rest of the water goes on down the Colorado River.
Okay, for us to see Hoover Dam and take pictures, you have to walk up 63 steps or do this back and forth thing like a wheelchair ramp to get all the way to the top. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's Lake Mead.
It used to be all the way up here. Good people all the way almost up here.
Wow, it used to be all the way up here. So yeah. I wonder where the
because you don't have water down there. There wouldn't be cottages because there's no drinking water down there. You know what I mean? It's just that.
I don't see the boat docks.
Well, they keep getting moved down to different places.
Yeah.
They really do. I think there's a little trailer park down there. I've been down there.
The bus had to pull over for that.
Oh, yeah.
For goats, that's funny. Here's one.
Yeah, normally there's a bunch, right?
This is good.
See it there? What is it, a goated ram? What is it? Well, that's what it looks like, a ram with a goat.
That ram is goated.
A goated ram.
Down a lot, so does my girlfriend, and it's one of those things it's on the list to do together, so it just hasn't worked out like that yet. Area 15 that he's talking about has only been open it hasn't been open that long. It is our version of Meow Wolf, more or less, at least on some part. Anybody heard of Meow Wolf? You guys are from Texas. It's like a psychedelic experience of some sort. You go in there. Have you been to Meow Wolf? No? From what I've heard, I would do Area 15.
If you like my videos, follow me and hit that subscribe button, notification bell for my newest video.